Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Florence Tanui. Welcome to my channel. But before I tell you what I am up to, let me tell you who I am. I grew up in Baringo County of Kenya. This is where I schooled for my secondary school and also for my primary school. And so both schools were near my home, so I could walk to school occasionally. But also my secondary school became a boys' school. It was a mixed school, but then fully transitioned into a boys' school just when I was in my second year. And all these experiences and the environment in which I grew up has defined what I am today. And after my high school, I got admitted to the University of Nairobi to pursue Bachelor's of Science in Geology. So this course makes you study rocks, the origin of rocks, different types of rocks, their names, the structures in the rocks, and most importantly, there was one unit called hydrogeology. This hydrogeology course makes you study the underground water. This is the water we develop for boreholes, shallow wells, and even the springs. And so my journey to being a hydrogeologist and the experiences that I have had from right after I completed my campus level until I earned my PhD is what I want to share in my channel, and also make someone else grow as I have also grown from the various levels that I have achieved. And so when I joined the University of Nairobi, I wasn't the best in terms of the points that makes you qualify to join the university. I should mention I was on the cutoff grade. So that means, of course, there are others that were best than me in class. But I want to mention that when I graduated, I actually graduated with first class honors. And this means that you don't have to be the best to start something, but you can come out the best out of whatever effort you put into. Another idea or something that was very outstanding for me in my campus level was the participation in the high school mentorship programs. So this was a group of students that goes or visits different secondary schools to give motivational talks and inspire the students, because this is also something that happened to me. Back when I was in high school, there were students that came from various universities to encourage us and also to tell us more a little bit of what happens in campus. And it became and something that I admired. I was looking forward to joining a university, and this is the impact that I wanted to be part of when I participated in those mentorship programs. And now to tell you about after I completed my undergraduate degree, and just before I graduated, so this is the month you've just finished exams, I was, informed by one of the lecturers in the department that there is a company out there that was looking for a hydrogeologist. Would you want to join and be part of the employees there? And I accepted that, and I gave a call to the company. It was based in Karen in Nairobi. And I must mention that although the salary was not the best you were expecting, my experience in that company for a period of 2 years was very eye-opening in terms of the field practical skills to become a hydrogeologist, learning how to use various geophysical equipment. These are the equipments we use to investigate for groundwater. And besides the equipment was the environments that I was exposed to. Some of the site investigations were in the northeastern part of Kenya, Mandera, Garissa, those very hostile counties, which also I relate to because I grew up in one of those arid areas as well. And after just the 2 years, I also went to African Diatomite Industries as a geologist after calling the company, through the contact on the web page and asking them why whether they have a geologist, on their as one of their staff. And they had no idea what a geologist do, and I was invited to the company to give expectations if I joined the company, what was I going to offer? And that was where I was. But because I had a first class honors, I was actively applying for masters, because having a first class honors, you are not viewed by the industry or the sector as someone that can work in the sector. You are viewed as someone that should be in academia to teach and be part of the lecturers at the university. And so one of the experiences that was very relevant to that was during that period of from 2010, I guess, or years going back, but we used to have KenGen and GDC, which are the geothermal companies in Kenya, taking up those who have first class honors to work at their companies. But this was not the case. In my year, we had 13 first classes, and so it meant we had to be invited for interviews so that we could they could select the best out of the interview. And because I was part of the interview, I remember I was asked what I would be, in the next 5 years. And I became very honest. I usually regard that as being honest to myself, because I just mentioned how I was actively applying for master's programs and master's scholarships. And one of the things that I had learned during that process was, for you to obtain a scholarship, you must have 1 to 2 years of experience at least. And these I had learned because I had also applied before that. And I, started to do things right, starting with applying for an admission, and which I obtained 2 or 3 admission letters from universities in the UK. And I now pursued the scholarship angle, which I must say I was very lucky to be awarded the prestigious Talo group of scholarship schemes, which was being managed by the British Council. And the interview process was very rigorous. We had to do 7 interviews, and including language test, which was English IELTS test. And I passed that, and I got the scholarship and went to the UK to pursue my 1-year taught course in Masters in Applied Environmental Geology. This course and the environment also itself was very enlightening, in that I got to experience new environment to pursue my career, and also had access to different high-level laboratory practicals that were very key in making me what I am, giving me the unique experience, but also giving me also a good learning environment to interact with also people from a first world country, which was very unique because I also learned to be a drone pilot, to monitor landslides, and I will tell you that in a different video on how to use drones for monitoring geohazards, and that is something that I think over time we need to embrace as well. So I'll share that on a different video. But coming back, after I completed my MSc degree in the UK, I came back to Kenya, and just being online 2 weeks after my arrival, I also saw another scholarship that was aiming to get a candidate for PhD, and this was in climate hydrogeology at the University of Nairobi. This was an opportunity within the REACH Kenya program. So the REACH program was a consortium of different universities, which was University of Nairobi, Addis Ababa University in Ethiopia, and Bangladesh, an institute in Bangladesh. And this alone, and having the University of Oxford as the manager of the fund and also the coordinator of the program itself, gave us a very competitive environment to be a scientist, but also to share your scientific information. And this is where I have developed my passion for policy for science, because often as scientists, we don't become very active in communicating our scientific findings. And also because this is one of the key issues that we will be sharing together, I will dedicate a different video for science for communication, which is something that was not part of me before I got into that environment of research, and having also to digest research outputs into useful information for decision making. And this basically defines also what I am generally, and what I embrace as a scientist is just not for the fact of doing it, but also for the purpose of making impact. And it is also part of why I have created this channel of Flow and Grow with Flow. Florence, of course, being my name. And this platform is one of the I should mention something that I value because over time I have valued mentorship, I have valued exchanging information. I have also had different experiences that can make you also be part of growing and flowing with me. And with this, I have also, during my postdoctoral studies, because after my graduation for PhD in 2021, I got an opportunity with this project again to undertake a 2-year postdoctoral study at the University of Nairobi, where I was also teaching postgraduates and undergraduate students. And during this period, something that I noted and has become a main reason as well why I have my channel is because the master's and PhD students are struggling with balancing the work environment, the family environment, and the study environment. So with time, they take longer than the academic period, which some of them get also deregistered because of taking too long to graduate or to complete their studies. And this also comes with a certain loss in that the money that you have invested into the fees of tuition fees payment may be lost also if you become deregistered. So within this African context where we have very limited resources, yet we want also to be the best, is a competing scenario that also can make someone very discouraged in the process. So how do you, make all this work is what I want to make it as part of my passion, to share my experience, how I balanced it from my side, and how also you can take advantage of the limited time and resources that you have to pursue and strengthen your career as well. And aside from that, one other thing that became my inspiration for my channel was in 2020, it is COVID time and everybody is now locked indoors. And this is where many people realized who they really were, and that was also me as well. Although this was a moment that also many people lost their loved ones, and my condolences for that. And although every bad situation can come up with a very good, something positive that you can relate to, for me was to be able to sit down in my home and write my research papers, get them published, and also realizing a different dynamic that I had, my passion for motivating others, my passion for connecting with others. And this is the reason for this platform. This platform, I want to have fun. I want you to flow and grow with me, and also, get different perspectives that makes you not to feel alone. Because sometimes if you are in a technical field, for example, where you have very limited time to talk to people, you may feel like you are a loner in your journey. And part of the things that I want to share are how do you come out as a very technical scientist that can make impact also out here is part of who I have become, and it is part of what I want you to become also. But aside from those official objectives and reasons for having my platform, I want to meet with new people, make friends, and also grow and flow together. So just for today is to let you know about my channel and to invite you to subscribe so that you become part of the Flow and Grow with Flow. And this will be, something that I look forward to. This is where, of course, you will also get to know me better, because I'll be sharing these experiences in depth, and also, become part of your circles of friends as well. So with that, I want to end there for today. Subscribe to my channel and wait to flow and grow with flow.